Labour Party agent shot dead in Lagos. Revival confirms. Can you imagine? See the same outcome of the thuggery in Lagos. So a Labour Party agent has been shot dead by thugs in Lagos. And that is very, very bad. That is part of the voter suppression system using violence in almost every part of Lagos today. Okay, now how can you shot? Because I'm sure this Labour Party agent must have come prepared, ready to work, ready to do his part of the job. But now, because they don't want anybody to vote Labour Party, they don't want Labour Party supporters to come out, they put everything in place to make sure they suppress them. And now the suppression has led to a loss of life now. Last time, a Labour Party supporter, a lady, was stabbed on her eyes, okay? Was stabbed on her face and then damaging one of her eyes. I think Jandor, the PDP governorship candidate, visited that woman. Peter Obi visited that woman. Last time, that was how bad it was. And that woman became the face of democracy in Lagos and possibly in Nigeria. Today, they have just killed somebody completely. That is how bad it is, because they moved with guns today. And both Army, Navy, Air Force, Police, nobody could stop them. That is to tell you because they have colluded. Security agencies have colluded with the APC government to unleash mayhem on all Labour Party supporters in Lagos. Quite unfortunate. This Igbo Yoruba narrative that they just brought in is not going to help us. Rather, it's going to cause more problems in Lagos. Gbadegba Revival, the Lagos State governorship candidate of the Labour Party, has blamed the Independent National Electoral Commission and the police for the death of one of his polling agents. Revival, in a video, called out both agencies for being complacent to the needs of Lagosians. Rife reports indicate that voters of Igbo extraction have been stopped from voting at various polling units across the state. All over Lagos, we are getting reports of voter suppression and voter intimidation. In Orile and Apapa, one of our agents was shot and he died. He is dead now. And the worrying thing is that INEC and the police are complicit in this. Now, the reason why we are doing this video is so INEC and the police know that they are provoking Lagosians, and if tonight Lagos catches fire, it will not be because it is our fault, but because they did not do the right thing, he said. Meanwhile, Revival lost his polling unit 045 at Oshifila Abule Igbira of Ikeja local government area to the incumbent governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in Saturday's Lagos State gubernatorial election. So Revival lost his own polling unit to APC. It's not that he wouldn't have won. It's because of voter suppression and violence that has just taken place. That is the reason. That is the reason. I'm sure Revival will be so frustrated now because when somebody has gone to school, has traveled far and wide, and has developed and has a drive to come and also contribute his political quota in making his place good, and only to come home and see what is happening. I think the best thing is after this election, he should just take his wife and children and go back to wherever he was staying, probably United States or United Kingdom, and go and spend his life peacefully, because this Lagos, the evil in Lagos has come to stay. The evil in Lagos has taken innocent blood, has taken all kinds of bloody sacrifices that is unbelievable. Okay, so it's not something that deliverance will come cheap. Deliverance is not going to come cheap. It's quite unfortunate. We saw what happened yesterday or early hours of this morning in Ekate Legushi, where they were doing the oral rituals with a live goat. They performed a ritual where they killed a goat, spread the blood, speaking Yoruba, that all the Igbos should be locked back inside their house. They should not be allowed to come out, invoking spirits and making incantations and doing all sorts of things. And there was a video to that effect. So why am I bringing that up? Because Lagos is almost like a state of ritualists. And these ritualists, there are several ways they are doing it. Okay, They can just stage violence and people will die. Innocent blood will go in. It's a form of ritual. Okay, the one that they did at the Kate Legushi today, where they did oral ritual using a live goat, or where they slide the throat of a live goat and sprinkle the blood on their shrine or whatever. Those ones are rituals. So at the end of the day, they use all this to cause indignation and to cause violence and to cause problem. So if they tell me that Lagos State is operating under a cause, I will not be surprised. It is quite obvious that Lagos is under a very tremendous cause, just like the whole country is under a very tremendous cause that I don't know how it's going to be, how that cause is going to be broken. It's not going to be a mere thing to break the kind of cause that Nigeria is operating on, because it's very, very terrible. A lot of innocent people have died innocently. Some have been killed by thugs. Some have been killed by politicians for rituals. So at the end of the day, you find out that Nigeria is not in any way working towards being a better nation. So why am I saying all of this? If Revival tried his best and is not able to take a position to better Lagos, then let him save his life and his family. That is the way I see it. Because the way Lagos is today, is either you beat them or you join them. If you cannot beat them, you join them. If you cannot beat them, you leave them. Rather, if you know that you cannot join them, then you leave them. That is how Lagos is going to be. At a point, thank God that the world is at large. If you cannot stay in Lagos, you go to other parts of Nigeria to stay. If you cannot stay in Nigeria, you go to other parts of the world where you are welcome to go and stay. That is the truth. And then go and have your life there and actualize your full life potentials, rather than staying in a cost environment like Lagos. I don't see the development in Lagos. When they say Lagos is developed, Lagos is developed. Lagos is currently a cost environment. It's not a place for decent people anymore. Because what people have not gone to Lagos, we say Lagos is developed. Lagos is not developed anything. Now that they have made thuggery and crime, okay, hinting in Lagos is making it the worst place to stay. It's about the worst state to live in now in Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, because the criminality in Lagos, the agbero in Lagos, the thuggery in Lagos, the evil that is going on in Lagos both day and night is unspeakable. Really, really, really unspeakable. You understand? So if you can't live in Lagos, just leave them alone and let them go and live their ritualistic life. That is the truth. But for me, I think Lagos is about the worst place to live now. And with Tinubu's coming into power as president, they are going to replicate what is happening in Lagos across all the states in Nigeria. That is one bad thing. Three bad things I've seen that is going to happen is replicating agbero and thuggery across all the states in Nigeria. That is one. Two is this Muslim ticket that are going to establish the Fulani Caliphate in all the states in Nigeria. I'm sure almost all the states will have an emir now under the leadership of Tinubu and Shetima. And that is exactly what the Fulanis are looking for. Three, they are going to reinstate the 450 or 451 grazing rights in Nigeria that the Nigerians have refused to release all this while. They are now going to unleash terror on all the states, and all the state governors will be watching, and nothing is going to happen. The Fulanization now has come. What has happened under Buhari government is a child's play compared to what will happen under Tinubu's government. Even though Tinubu has agreed that he will continue wherever Buhari stopped, meaning that the evil continues. And worst evil will continue to take place in the land. Now, starting from only the election, look at the amount of violence, look at the bloodshedding, and look at even the killing of people, innocent people, and both criminals and innocent people dying every time. So this is how they want to rule, by killing the citizens. Quite unfortunate. So now, in presidential election, they stabbed a woman's eye in that day. Today, in governorship election, a Labour Party agent has just been killed completely, shot completely at Apap area. Quite unfortunate that Nigeria, God have mercy. So thank you for listening. That is part of the situation report, and Revival is confirming it and feeling disappointed, disenfranchised, and feeling sick psychologically that Nigeria or even Lagos is in this state. I'm sure probably he never knew that Nigerian system and Lagos system is terrible to this point. Now he has seen it. His eyes are clear. Only God knows what he will do next to save his life and his family. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.